Maya woke before dawn, restless. She dressed quietly, clipped Coda's harness on, and slipped into the forest's cold hush. The trail was familiar. Old maples leaning over the path, mist curling between tree trunks, dew glimmering on roots. Coda's breath steamed, paws soft on moss. Maya glanced at her smartwatch. Everything looked routine. They set off. At first, all was quiet except for their steps and distant bird calls. But as she passed a known bend near the creek, a faint tug at her attention. A shadow among trees, a subtle shift in wind. Her pulse picked up. She nearly stumbled on her route. Coda hesitated beside her, ears pricking. She checked the GPS trace. It was wobbling, veering off the usual loop. Her heart thundered. She tried to correct course, but the path disappeared under brambles. GPS lines fractured. She gripped her watch. It cracked. In the gloom, she heard a snapping twig. She froze. Coda growled a low, warning rumble. From the mist, a figure moved. She never returned. When friends realized Maya had not checked in, they called the police. Investigators arrived, combing the trail with flashlights, unspooling search lines into the thick forest. At first, nothing obvious, boots, bodies, or blood. Then the smartwatch, cracked and smudged, was lying face down on a mossy log far off the path. Evidence that the forest had swallowed. Coda's collar was found near water, its clasp torn, mud deep in its links. Footprints emerged. Maya's running shoes and second distinct prints, larger, heavier, tread obscure. Branches were snapped at odd angles. Scraps of fabric caught on hidden brambles. The forest whispered secrets. Forensic reconstruction of GPS logs showed Maya's route diverging from the usual loop at 5:22 a.m., a jagged detour toward a creek. The signal weakened, then died at 5:30. The broken watch strap yielded fibers consistent with Maya's shirt. Maya's phone storage revealed fragments of a voice memo, a husky's bark, her startled breathing, leaves rustling, then a muffled scuffle and silence. Cell towers also recorded someone else's device pinging near the same off-trail sector at about 5:29 a.m. Volunteers in the rescue group revealed tensions. Maya's role was growing, while others were resentful. Ellen had told confidants that she felt invisible. Someone saw Ellen's car parked very early that morning at the trailhead. Others recalled Ellen flinching when Maya mentioned Jackson more than once. A muddy shovel, hidden but not buried, was found near Ellen's shed. Soil samples matched mud clinging to the off-trail footprints. A jacket in Ellen's laundry had fibers matching Maya's torn watch strap. The torn collar, the footprints, the broken watch, they all threaded together. Investigators plotted overlapping coordinates. Maya's last GPS, Ellen's phone pings, and where Coda's collar lay. That triangle pointed to a small clearing near the creek, off on its own, known only to a few volunteers. They organized a team to conduct a deeper search. Under the moss, half hidden by leaves and broken branches, lay Maya. Her body bore blunt trauma. Not far off lay Coda, stiff, silent, limp, signs that had tried to protect her. The soil bore indentations of a shovel's edge. Fibers from Maya's clothing clung to bark. The collar lay battered by her side. Every clue converged. The GPS traced the phone pings, the footprints, the soil match, the fibers, the psychological motive. Investigators understood what had happened. Maya had veered off into the clearing under duress, confronted by someone she trusted. Coda had snarled, lunged. The attacker had panicked. In the weeks before, Ellen had watched Maya's light grow in the rescue group. She believed that Jackson, the group's coordinator, would see the accolades slip away from her. Her kindness hit a darker core. She studied Maya's running route, monitored her habits. She prepped a shovel under the pretext of maintenance, learned the lesser paths in the woods. When dawn came, she followed Maya. She stepped from the shadow in the clearing. She meant first to scare, then it escalated. Inside Ellen's mind, confusion, betrayal, justification. She told herself Maya took everything. She believed her work was unrecognized, her devotion ignored. One confrontation became a fatal strike. In panic, she silenced Coda. She dragged, hid, and fled back to volunteer routines, pretending to help. Then the phone pings, messages, and concealed guilt started fracturing her facade. Confronted with the mounting physical, digital, and behavioral evidence, Ellen broke. She confessed to following Maya, luring her to the clearing, striking in panic when Maya resisted, silencing Coda, hiding the bodies, then attempting to mask what she'd done. The investigation closed. She was charged, tried, and convicted. Maya's family, Jackson, and the rescue community mourned. Trust ruptured. A memorial for Maya and Coda stood at the trail's edge. Flowers, the cracked smartwatch, and Coda's empty leash. The forest remained, but its hush no longer seemed benign. In the end, technology and tenacity had revealed the truths the forest tried to hide. Obsession had turned kind attention into lethal betrayal. Some shadows hide the darkest faces.